let's talk about the qualifying in Spa today. First of all, the Aston Martins. You bring in 5 upgrades for the weekend, and somehow you have your worst qualifying result ever. 20th and 19th. I pray to God that next year Newey brings some magic to this team because they so desperately need it. Kimi Antonelli. This poor guy cannot get a good lap in. The Mercedes is just not doing well. George is struggling. Kimi's really struggling. And I am not surprised to see him P18. Another not so surprising result, Franco Colapinto P17. He is really having a rough time this Alpine. It's making me miss him in the old Williams. And then, for the second time this weekend, Lewis Hamilton found himself out of Q1. Now this time it wasn't for a spin, but because he got his lap time deleted for going out on turn 4. And honestly, I'm not that surprised because I have been watching him the whole weekend. He is consistently going out there even in free practice. You would think he would take a different line, but I guess nobody told him. Now 15th was a huge shock to me with Carlos Sainz getting out. He had such a good sprint qualifying and sprint race. Seeing him not even make it close to Q3 was shocking. And Nico Hülkenberg, he had a really rough sprint qualifying and a just mediocre qualifying today. I think that honestly P14's not that bad, but he is once again getting out-qualified by his rookie teammate. I think they're now equal too, which does not look good for him. 13th is Pierre Gasly. This Alpine is awful. I hate this car so much. I cannot wait for them to not have the Renault engine because please, Lord, help them. Either way, I really was expecting a little bit better from him given how sprint qualifying went, but I don't know if he could have actually done that much better. And then I think the team who was probably the most disappointed with how qualifying went, we have Haas. This was just upsetting to watch. Ocon and Ollie both did not make it to Q3 despite both having point finishes in the sprint race. I just hope that they can get it together for the race and hopefully get a few points for the team. Now in 10th, we have my personal favorite rookie, Gabriel Bortoleto, who had another outstanding qualifying session, finding himself in Q3 for the second time this weekend. It is so fun to see just how good he's in qualifying, because coming into the year, I honestly thought that qualifying would be where he would struggle the most, and it's been nice to be proven wrong. Now in 9th, we have Liam Lawson, which means that all 4 of the Red Bull drivers have made it to Q3, which, given the fact that Christian Horner is no longer here, and starting above him is his teammate, which, again, no surprise, he has consistently out-qualified Liam for basically the whole season, and I really am expecting a good race from both of them. Now in 7th, we have Yuki Tsunoda, and 7th in a Red Bull doesn't sound that great, but this season has been so rough for him, and he has not qualified this well since, Miami, so I am extremely excited. He also finally now has the same floor upgrades that Max Verstappen has had this weekend, and I think it's definitely made a difference. Also, now that he has a team principal who actually supports him and likes him. Now in 6th is George Russell, which I think at most places he would be pretty disappointed with this, but honestly this weekend has been so bad for the Mercedes, I was surprised he even made it to 6th. Now in 5th, I think this is the big star of qualifying today, it's Alex Albon. He had a lackluster sprint, to say the least. He qualified very poorly, he got overtaken during the race, one of 3 people to have that happen to them. It was just rough, to say the least. And seeing him put it P5 in this qualifying session, chef's kiss, loved it. Now in 4th, we have Max Verstappen. Honestly, I think he could have been higher and definitely fought for front row. Maybe not pole, but at least put up a fight for it. But in his last lap in turn 1, he had a little bit of a moment, kind of a big bit of a moment with no grip, and it was just a rough lap after that. He was not able to make up the time at all. But what really surprised me was Charles Leclerc coming in for P3. After his first lap, he said that I don't think I can go any faster, and then he put another 10th up on what he did. Another big surprise to me was Oscar Piastri P2 and Lando Norris on pole. If you've been watching all the sessions this weekend, you would know that Oscar has 100% been the top McLaren driver here at Spa, which isn't all that surprising. It's his favorite track, and he's always done really well here. But I was so shocked to watch Lando just put in lap after lap that was basically perfect and consistently faster than Oscar. Now that is the starting grid for the race tomorrow, and in my predictions, I'm imagining it's going to be a McLaren 1-2 with Max Verstappen third. Sorry, Charles.